Gather us in the lost and forsaken. Gather us in the blind and the lame.
Greetings. Just wanted to take a quick second here to explain to everyone that this video is going to be really bad. Everything failed that could have failed. My video recording app failed, my light failed, my video editing software failed, and even my rendering software also failed. Beautiful example of stress and stress management and what can cause stress. Very appropriate. I was going to scrap the video and try to re-record it, but there's some good information here. I am sorry that I don't have a lot of the cards and the scrolling text that I had in my previous video and will have in future videos, but a lot of those resources will be linked in the description. I hope you still can enjoy the video and get something from it. Without further ado, let's get started.
All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of the Uper Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. Smoking tonight the El Baton. It is a Nicaraguan torpedo cigar. Not bad. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not a huge fan of torpedo cigars, but this one's not too shabby. For the drink tonight, we have Left Hand Brewing Company's S'more Milkshake. 8%, by the way, in case you're curious. 6%. Oh my goodness. Gotta work on my visual skills there. Let's take a look at this sucker. I haven't had this one before. I've had beers by Left Hand Brewing Company. Not too shabby. Small head. Nice dark beer, actually. Whoops. Give her a try. Not bad. I don't know where they're getting the s'more from, but here it is, right? And of course, the ever delicious chocolate there. Chocolate pudding bread with a cream cheese. See, we make here on the home. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Lower frame rate. Severe frame drop. Oh, I bet it's the candle. Hold on. There. I bet it'll like that better now. With a severe frame drop. Maybe that's what's kicking out the app. I've been having a lot of problems with this app. I've posted on a few other videos. We'll see if it fixes itself here. Who knows? 1 minute. All right, hold on, folks. I think we're going to have to stop this recording and see what's going on here. Stand by. All right, hopefully that fixed it. I dropped down the frame rate. See if that makes it any better. Probably won't. It'll probably kick off here in a minute. Not like. All right, I think I'm definitely gonna look for a new app now. This is getting ridiculous. I'll try uninstalling and reinstalling and see, but it's crashed out again. Like I said, you do everything you can. The patient still dies. You can't have that much commitment and not suffer some psychiatric stuff. In the moment, there's stuff we'll do. I've talked about the code cookies before. Just have a nice cookie, having a cigar. Not as pricey as these suckers, mind you. Usually a gas station stick or bumming a cig off someone. But usually you got to bottle it up quick. You'll deal with it later because you got another patient coming inbound. Usually not as critical. Sometimes they are. Sometimes you hit with the back-to-back critical patients. You'll deal with it, though. It will affect you. Yeah, sure, there are a lot of badasses out there that'll tell you, oh, no, the job never affects me. I'm never affected by these calls. I can take it. Liars, every last one of them. You can't see and do what we do and not have it affect you at some level. Now, granted, we don't get destroyed by every critical call or every what some people think is bad calls, because you can't. To be in this field, you really have to be able to understand that people are going to die, people are going to get sick, life is not fair. But you will get those calls that they'll hit you. They'll hit you hard. So what do? Us providers. So there are lots of resources and training out there, but trust me, none of you will take it seriously. You'll all think it's a joke. Oh, it's not for me. I won't be burned out. I'm macho. Ugh. You'll sit through the training and laugh through it. Make jokes. Been there, done it on both ends. Been the student, been the instructor. Been the student who makes those uncomfortable jokes trying to show that I'm macho. Well, I don't need this. Been the instructor just pleading with people to listen because I know what I'm teaching could mean the difference between their longevity in the career and them tapping out early. So what can you do? Well, one, contact any of those numbers on the screen or any of those websites flashing down or in the description. As I talked about in the first video, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Getting a checkup, checking in with someone, family, friends, a priest. Get a therapist, so at least you can talk to them. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Next, if you're getting into EMS, you need a higher power that you believe in. You cannot guarantee you not survive in this field and not be religious. To give people suffering more meaning. It's for a reason. Maybe you don't understand it. Maybe you never will. But there has to be deeper meaning for this suffering. You have to have a belief system that when a good person dies, they'll go to heaven or whatever existence beyond this one you choose to believe in. Now, I hope you pick to be a Catholic and believe in Catholicism and the Catholic view, but I am open-minded enough to just want you to believe in any. Know that there is more out there. Because for it to just be this random chance, you'll go crazy. You'll see good people die and bad people live. To have that belief system that there's more to it. There's meaning to that death. There's more to come. Maybe that bad person lived a little bit longer so they have a chance to go correct their evil ways and go back to God. There was a TV show called Sirens, where Cash, the old curmudgeon-y, salty medic, talks about, God wants to surround himself with the good. That's why he takes good people. Because he doesn't want the grumpy, mean, old, or grumpy, evil, mean person. He wants the good, the righteous next to him. Because that's our ultimate reward is heaven. Not what's here on earth, but what comes next. That takes the blow off a little bit of some of the stuff we see. Plus, it doesn't hurt that priests and pastors are normally trained in talking to people about going through psychological problems or emotional or behavioral problems. It gives you a community to fall back on. Gives you a sense of belonging. You have church functions. You go and we see the same people at church. Just this week, I kind of got scolded a little bit because there was a church event and I didn't bring my family. We kind of snuck off to go to a neighboring town to go get bubba tea because my daughters are getting into that. But that sense that people actually know if we're not there, that's amazing. A lot of people could use that. Like, where were you last week? We didn't see you last week. We got worried. Is everything okay? That could do worlds of good. Just to know that people see you, recognize you, care about you. That's why I'm a huge fan. I always tell all my students, EMS students, you need some sort of belief structure, some sort of organized religion with people who meet up, like-minded individuals. Again, I'll tell them, I hope you pick the Catholic faith. But honestly, as long as you have something, you'll last longer in this field. Next is being able to unplug. There is a lecture I sat through that talked about burnout. And they talked about you can't burn out unless you're on fire for the profession. It didn't make sense at first. The guy did a shitty job of explaining, and I then saw some other stuff about it. And it started to make sense. If you go into your work in the healthcare and you just don't give a damn, it's not going to affect you as much. But if you go into this profession burning with that want to help people, if you're on fire for the profession, you're motivated, you're driven, yeah, you'll get burnt out. You will. I can testify to that one. I definitely got burnt out while I was in EMS. Didn't listen to my own advice. Learned more about the profession, about how to care for myself way too late in my career. In EMS, in healthcare, we need to watch out for ourselves and others. We have this tough guy bravado, which I get it. I know why we do it. It's a survival technique. For our patients, we need to be tough. We need to be strong. We need to be bullheaded. We need to be able to swoop in and command the situation. Do this, do that. But it's a mask we wear. And unfortunately, some of us forget to take it off. We forget to take off that mask and realize that it is a mask. No one's that tough. Yeah, they always talk about the last generation was so much tougher. No, they weren't. That's why they didn't live as long. Sure, they didn't have PTSD. They had shell shock. They had the guy went pansy on us. They had alcohol problems. We'll learn about history, see how much we drank. Still drink. One of the top consumers of alcohol in the world is the United States. Sure, since we've given it names and actually identified it, we think that we have this epidemic, this problem with psychiatric issues. But I think it's more we named it. We went looking for it. There are just as many old people that I've treated and I've known who have PTSD, but they don't call it that. They call it shell shock. They call it fatigue. A weak moment. Or they just drink it away. It's a dangerous thing. I've known many people who chase away the demons with an alcohol bottle. I've heard the quote more than once. If you see me off duty, then you've seen me drinking. I've had known providers who, they're tough. Oh, I can face down anything, and I don't need any of that psychiatric help. And then they have a flask inside their truck. As they pull out, you see them take a little hit of it. Start numbing the feelings, the pain. You can compartmentalize, you can rationalize, that'll help you, but there will be calls, there will be patients that stick with you. I can definitely sit here and say I have my own ghosts. I have patients still to this day that some I first treated, some I treated not that long ago. I sit back and wonder, could I have done more? Did I make the right call? Are they still alive? Are they doing well? Did I make a difference? Did I change their lives? Did I make them healthy? Did I cure them? I'll never know. That's just something I have to deal with, something everyone in medicine has to deal with. The ghosts don't go away. Bring Out the Dead had a beautiful line where Ving Rhames' character is telling the main protagonist, Nicolas Cage's character, he said, "You're quitting?" He said, "Those ghosts ain't going to quit just because you do. They'll be back." It's true. They're still there. Now they get easier. You don't get any new ones added on. Hopefully you deal with them. Again, I believe in religious commitment to help. Although talking with therapists and psychiatrists and psychologists and all those likes, that also helps too. Get an outsider's view. Being honest with them, that helps. We'd like to think that everyone in medicine is this big, badass individual who can take anything. We tell ourselves that. But in truth, we're still human. We're still vulnerable. These calls do affect us. What we see does affect us. But what do we do with that then? Do we let it eat us up inside and drive ourselves to the bottle? Or do we ask for help? From a priest, from a colleague, from one of these resources I have on the screen. What could it simply be? A 30-minute phone call or conversation with a crisis therapist could mean the difference between being a productive, long-lasting healthcare individual and a burnout, or someone who finds himself on the wrong end of a bottle, or suicidal, homicidal, or just haunted. So if you are in healthcare field, thank you very much for everything you do. We can't take praise. That's maybe another video I should do about us not being able to take praise in healthcare. But just know that you don't have to be impenetrable 100% of the time. Sure, on the job, maybe. But you can be vulnerable. You can be weak. Even Achilles had his heel. We need to watch out for ours. And we need to do everything we can to take care of ourselves, because if we go down, others go down with us. So reach out to someone, ask for help, find a religion, go to church, and stay safe out there. I do mean that. Hope to see you on the next one, and stay safe. We'll see you on the next one.